Hi everyone and welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. So, let's continue where we left off. We still got some more people to talk with. Let's have a chat with the quartermaster and check if we can buy anything useful. The task force's quartermaster looks disarmingly nondescript in his standard issue uniform. His posture is rigid, his spine rammed straight. He watches you with eyes the color of wet clay, and the corner of his mouth curls into a smile. So, you're the new talent Chio and Lam brought in, the Shadowrunner. The senior inspectors told me that you've got clearance to buy here. So your money is welcome. If you need supplies, I can outfit you for a reasonable price. He gestures at the array of gear behind him. There are racks and racks of weapons, and all neatly maintained. Off to the side, a pile of reinforced Duraplast crates catches your eye. They all bear the HKPF insignia, but you can also see stickers on their casings. Mitsuhama, H&K, Ares Arms. They look to be military surplus. Can't sell you everything, of course. There's some gear back there that's technically off limits for someone with your clearance level. Have a look though, see if anything catches your eye, and if you're cleared for it, we'll talk price. Okay, what's in the crates over there? That's the stuff I can't sell you. Not technically. We're talking the big guns, the heavy ordnance, that kind of thing. He leans forward and lowers his voice. Of course, it's possible that an item or two could go missing, or that the numbers on the inventory sheet could go wrong. And the odds of that happening might increase if you did me a favor. Oh? And what kind of favor are we talking about? The kind that I can't trust my brothers in uniform to help me with. The kind that you go to a Shadowrunner for. You help me out, and it's possible that some merchandise could find its way from those crates to your boat. You can never tell. Describe in detail what you need me to do. A friend of mine is in trouble. Bad trouble. I'd be first in line to help him myself, but my hands are tied. I don't know exactly what happened to him and why, but I can't intervene to help save his life. You help my friend, and maybe I'll forget to carry one. And maybe I'll forget to carry the one when I'm writing out my next inventory control sheet. I've already done the legwork. You finish the job for me, see to it that my friend gets the help that he needs, and there will be a nice payday in for you. And maybe a critical error or two related to the gear in those crates. You'll still have to pay for the gear, but I'll do the work to make sure that nobody notices it's disappeared. His finger dances over the touchscreen of his PDA. The screen flashes twice in response. Just forward the pertinent details. You'll find them on your mission computer. Please, don't drag your feet on this. My friend really is in terrible trouble, and he won't hold out much longer. I'll take a look, we'll see, don't worry, you can count on me. Thanks. Now, you wanna look at any of the gear that I've got on the rack? It's up to you, pal. Just say the word. Well, let's take a look then. Armor. Let's see, it doesn't look like he has any better armor than the one we already got. Nope. Okay, anything else? I don't need drones. Or guns. He doesn't have melee weapons, really? Okay, magic items. We need tree casting. This is all for a mage. Okay, yep, this is all for a mage. Shaman. Okay, physical adept. We don't have enough tree casting skill. Counter-strike. I don't think I want that. Doesn't sound terrible. Lightning strike, nope, our skill is too low. Yeah, I would have to raise my tree casting to get some of these better skills. Alright, I guess that's that. Tell me a little about yourself, Sergeant. He chuckles. Don't really think there's all that much to say. Been on the force for 20 years now, and I've been loaning out gear for most of it. Get a wife back home, a couple of kids, That's about it, really. His sentence trails into an awkward silence. Look, I've never really been one for small talk. You wanna talk about armor or armaments? What kind of secure tech fabric is best for stopping a ceramic knife? I'm your man. If you're looking for anything else, though, you're barking up the wrong tree. Not trying to be unfriendly, mind you. I'm just not a people person per se. Fair enough. Suit yourself. So, you have any other business here, or how'd you get involved with this task force? He shrugs. Got assigned to it, the same way most of the constables here were. Believe it or not, it wasn't a volunteer assignment for most of us. When the executive council hands you an edict, you follow it. Alright, I guess we're done here. We got one more guy over here. Trench-coated man. A solitary man stands by the rear of the command trailer. He's got a PDA in the hand and a can of Harbin ice-brand beer in the other. His eyes are intense, and he taps rapidly on the PDA screen in between sips from the can. In addition, a peculiar odor lingers around the area, a stench. The stench could best be described as a fusion of custard, cinnamon, and raw sewage. That sounds pleasant. 1 second, I'll be right with you. Gotta finish checking my fantasy urban brawl stats. There we are. Now, what can I do for you? What's that horrible smell? Durian, want some? He snatches a plate of food from the chair next to him, holding it towards you. The fleshy blobs of yellow pulp are definitely the source of the stench. As the plate gets closer, other smell assaults your nostrils. Cheese, raw ethanol, rotting onions, and raspberries, among others. Sure, why not? The fruit pulp is both sweet and tart, with overtones of stale rubber and old sweat socks. As the pulp slides towards your throat, you feel a curious burning sensation. It's like you've swallowed a shot of grain alcohol, but the aftertaste is a great deal like custard. It's a wholly bizarre experience. There's nothing like durian in the entire world. It tastes amazing, and you can use it to make so many different things. It's a shame that Shio and Lam don't like the smell. That's why they sent me out here. Said I was stinking up their trailers. Gee, I can't imagine why. They need to broaden their horizons. I know, right? Especially Shio. She could start to live a little. Your Cantonese accent doesn't sound local. Good ear. I moved to Surabaya about 15 years ago, and I learned Cantonese from a neighbor. If my dialect sounds odd, that's the reason why. I never expected my Cantonese to come in handy, but here we are. Okay? Why learn the language if you didn't expect it to be useful? Why do you buy a fire extinguisher if you don't expect to be on fire? Just in case, man. I speak 12 languages. Alright. I'm good with languages. The ones I don't know, I ship when I have to. But it's better to know things that never come up than it is to need to know something and have no idea what you're doing. Besides, I can order a beer anywhere in the world, guaranteed. Hell, on one off chance that your bartender only speaks Esperanto, I've still got you covered. How are you? You don't look like a cop. I'm not. But then again, neither are you. We're in the same boat, freelancers that Lam and Shio need to get their job done. Now, I know what you're gonna say. Working for the cops is strange for a freelancer, right? But I figure it's a steady paycheck. And why not take work when it's offered? Plus, it's safe here. It's not like I'm gonna get shot at hanging around this impound lot. So what do you do for them? Decking, mainly. I guess that the Wonder Twins couldn't get any stay-at-home decking support without raising a red flag to Crate and her people. So they opted for me. So they opted for off-the-book solution, namely me. The name's Levik Stalls, by the way. Hulk, but then again, you probably knew that already. Yeah, I know who you are. Shio and Lam have been keeping tabs on you for a long time now. Longer than I've been here, anyway. With a little luck, You people will be able to get this whole situation wrapped up soon. Then I can collect the money I was promised, and maybe get the hell out of Hong Kong for good. Why are you in Hong Kong if you want to leave? It's kind of embarrassing, to tell the truth. I'm sure I've heard worse. Alright, I'll tell you if you insist. It's like this, okay? I take field jobs sometimes. I don't like it, but with some gigs, you've gotta be out there in person. This job was close to home, at least. A runner team in Jakarta had been contracted to steal an animal. But they didn't have a decker. My fixer put us in contact, and there I was, slicing through IC for them. Okay? An animal. Why would you be stealing an animal? Well, some people use bear gall bladders and rhinoceros horns for medicine, right? I think that it was something like that. Believe me, I didn't expect to be breaking into a zoo in the dead of the night. Hold on a second, you were stealing from a zoo? Sure, I mean, I guess that sounds kinda cold, but where would you go to find rare animals? A pet store? The client wanted this particular kind of dolphin. A storm dolphin is what they're called. They cause storms, shoot lightning, and drown sailors. They're real jerks, actually. Storm dolphins are jerks. So anyway, I'm jacked into the water flow control systems for the Rangwan Zoo, using an unshielded data line by the chimpanzee exhibit. It was set up so that this one system controlled the water supply for all the exhibits. Pumps, drains, the works. The plan was to hook up the tank to soma-free contact anesthetic to the water system. Pump into the storm dolphin tank. You'd think that it was. Actually, it was a good plan, a great one. But sometimes stuff happens that's out of your control. So everything's going fine so far, yeah? I've hacked the injection system that the zookeepers use to keep the water within acceptable pH limits for each tank. And the soma-free is gonna get piped in. What I didn't realize was that the chimps had woken up and had been getting more and more annoyed that I wasn't paying them any attention. They'd been throwing stuff at me for a while. Sticks, bits of bark, stuff like that. Right as I'm about to start the soma-free pump, one of the chimps nails me in the head with a damn rock. Worse than that, when it hit me, it broke my cyberdex lead off my jack. Okay, that's some bad timing. It isn't the half of it, since I was halfway through the starting the pump sequence when I got dumped. The system thought I'd given it a half-finished command. So, what does it decide that it wanted? To clean up the dolphin tanks, of course. So it up and opens the service hatches on the side of the tank. Okay. So the rest of the team is suddenly bawled out by a flood of seawater and pissed off. Men hating lightning whales. They came streaming out of that tank like a bunch of rubbery Valkyries, chittering and squeaking into high heaven. Suffice to say, the debacle wasn't subtle. A Maria Mercurial laser show probably would have attracted less attention. Within minutes, the cops came screaming in to investigate reports of gunshots and strange lights in the sky, and I had to bail out of there as fast as I could. I could swear that those storm dolphins were laughing at us too, even while they were flopping around on the concrete. So, you're running away from the police? Everyone's mad at me. The team thinks that I screwed them over. All the storm dolphins got killed, so the police want me for that, and the client wants me dead because I cost him his medicine. Sometimes at night, I hear the squeaking. Gives me chills. Okay, well, whatever. I guess that's that. So, I think we're done here. There's one more person over there. Didn't we talk with her already? No. Yeah, whatever. I think that's Captain Jama. Yep. Captain Jama stands beside his speedboat, surveying the docks, as if surveying his kingdom. His stance is relaxed, but an air of impatience lingers about him. His narrowed eyes and crossed arms suggest he's been waiting for a while. Oh, my friend, finally they let you out of that container. I thought they'd be many more hours at least. They have no sense of urgency. It wasn't so bad, a little nap, a little chat, some mind-probing. Just another day at the office. This is why we are friends, Hulk. No matter what the situation, you keep your sense of humor. It'll be good to work together again, even if it's the police who are paying me this time. Well, if there's anyone who can smuggle me into a police station's dock, you can. Of course I can. There isn't a place in Hong Kong I can't get cargo in or out of. And that cargo is heavily armed, irritable, and willing to do violence to defend my boat. Well, so much the better, I say. So, my friend, how can Jama assist you? Do you need a ride someplace? If so, say the word, and we will be off like a typhoon. Right, I think I want to check the boat and the mission computer first. So let's maybe go and do that. To check that job from the quartermaster or something. Doesn't look like there's anything else we can do. Yep, let's just go back to the boat. To the Kraken. And we'll check the mission computer. So, check the inbox. Oh, there's more than one message. Undersea lab job. From Sergeant Lee. Hey, good to see you're interested in my proposal. My friend, the one with the problem, is named Meng Kai So. He's been infected with a disease, and he thinks it was done deliberately. Here, I've attached the video message he sent me. His condition is worsening by the day, so I'd really appreciate if you could help me out, if you could help him out. He's fairly high in Monobay International. He's got a lot of money, and he needs some heavy hitting freelancers to help him out. So I figured it would be right up your alley. An elder man with a sickly pallor sits down in front of the camera and coughs several times. A series of intravenous lines are attached to his arms, and a pair of respirator tubes snake into his nose. Lee, I know this is a lot to ask, but I don't have anywhere else to turn. I'm dying, Lee. The bastards at Shiawas did this to me. I don't know how, but they got someone close enough to me and injected me with some kind of experimental biowarfare virus. Monobay's best researchers are working around the clock, but ordinary treatments aren't cutting it. They figure they'll be able to get a cure in 6 or 7 months. I've only got about 1. The doctors tell me they need to create a line of monoclonal antibodies to fight this thing. Luckily for me, I know where one is. The Shiawas bastard that did this had been in contact with me. They said they'd give me doses of the treatment, just enough to keep me alive, but not enough to kill all of the virus. All I have to do is sell out Monobe, give them insider information on our projects. To hell with that. They want to play with fire, so be it. I need you to use your contacts. Find me some goddamn mercenaries. Not just any mercenaries either. I'll pay top dollar, and I want the best, you hear me? Monobe's information warfare teams have tracked the probable location of the germ warfare lab, where this goddamn disease came from. It's some undersea place, codenamed Namazu. It's totally unlisted. And that means only one thing, illegal research. The mercenaries need to get into that lab, find the germ warfare portion, and get me the monoclonal antibodies I need to live. Don't worry about getting down there. I loan you a mini-sub. Our security techs assure me they can blank the facility's sensor grid for just long enough for a team to get inside. I don't care how they get the cure, as long as it gets to me. If they want to be quiet, little mice, great. They feel like blowing up the whole facility apart, I'm fine with that too. Just get me the goddamn cure. Let me know when you've found somebody. So there you go. His family and mine have been friends for a long time, but there is no way I can keep him directly on this one. This is Shewas we're talking about here. They pay my salary. Well, we'll take the run. If you're reading this, you've elected to take the job. This automated reply has let Meng know, and the mini-sub should be prepared and ready when you arrive. Go talk to Jomo. Alright, what about the other messages? From Senior Inspector Lam. If you find yourself in need of gear or supplies before you run on the Tiger's Den, speak with Sergeant Lee. Yeah, we already did. He's the quartermaster, blah blah blah. Yeah, we know the deal. If you need medical supplies or cybernetic enhancements, you'll find automated kiosks in the yard, and that can serve your needs. For anything else, I'd recommend talking with Captain Jama. Even if you feel prepared, I'd recommend that you look at what the yard has on offer before you head to the Tiger's Den. It's better to be over-prepared than it is to get caught flat-footed. Okay, one more. Attached to this mail, you will find a brief recap of our conversation regarding the Tiger's Den. Please save this for your records and review as necessary. Okay. I guess we know this already. Okay, so I think we're going to do the side job for Lee. I got quite a lot of money, so maybe we'll be able to buy something interesting if we do that part. Let's have a chat with Jomo. Yes, so we can go to the underwater research lab. I think we'll do that, but I'm going to do that in the next episode. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.